Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Dave's Top 3,000 Songs of the Rock Era. Today I'm up to song number 2140, and that one is I Thank You by Sam and Dave. Here's a picture of the singles. Came out in 1968. It was also released on their 1968 album with the same title, I Thank You. And here's a picture of Sam and Dave around the time they recorded it. Pretty big soul and R&B duo. As a matter of fact, for a Billboard, they're the biggest soul music duo of all time. I'll get into them and the song "I Thank You" in a minute. First, I want to feature a sample, but and react to it. So I'll go to this slide. Anyway, here it goes.
I want everybody to get up off your seat and get your arms together and your hands together and give me some of that old soul clapping. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did. And I thank you. You didn't have to squeeze me like you did, but you did. And I thank you. If you took your love somewhere else, I wouldn't know what it meant to be loved to death. You make me feel like I never felt. Kisses so good I have to holler for help. You didn't have to squeeze me like you did, but you did. And I thank you. You didn't have to hold me like you did, but you did. And I thank you.
Okay, that's a minute or so by Thank You by Sam and Dave. I think it's a really good soul music song. I mean, really got that soul music feel to it, and it really makes you move. I mean, I kind of know why they call it soul music. It kind of gets to your soul, you know. Great song, I think, and. Not too much else to say, but I guess I like the message of this song, which is basically kind of the same message as the song I featured by the Love and Spoonful at number 2210. You didn't have to be so nice. Basically, the singer is singing to his girlfriend, saying that he just really appreciates the fact that she's in love with him and she's providing him with some good loving, you know. And I know the feeling because I felt the same way about every girlfriend I've ever had. I don't know if I told them in his exact words, but at least I think I showed them how much I appreciated them. I mean, we shouldn't belittle that. If a woman is going for you and you have a good relationship with her, then you have her to thank for because she didn't have to fall in love with you. Just keep that in mind. You know. So anyway, I guess that's what I have to say about the song. I thank you. It was a very popular song. There was another cover came out about 10 years later, 1979, by. Oh, by the way, I guess before I get into that, these are the guys who wrote the song. I thank you. Pretty famous. Group of songwriters and producers, Isaac Hayes and David Porter. Isaac Hayes even had a few hits of his own. He had the number one. He had the theme from Shaft in 1971. That was coming up much higher on my list. I think he's also been in some movies. Anyway, yeah, they were kind of the chief writers during the late '60s for Stax Records in Memphis. So they wrote a lot of big songs, including this one. I thank you for Sam and Dave. And yeah, I was going to mention also that ZZ Top had a cover of this song. It doesn't sound anything like the original. I mean, they were a southern rock band, and they used a kind of southern rock style on this one. Their version's good as well. Just very different sound. This was also a top 40 hit and went to number 34. I think it's actually one of their better songs. Unfortunately, I didn't put it on my list. I did put six other songs by ZZ Top on my list, but not this one. That might have been an first sight. But anyway, yeah. So now I guess I'll talk about Sam and Dave. They were a like I said, they were a very successful soul and R&B duo. They had a long history too. They were together from 1958 to 1970, and then they reunited in 71. Stayed together till 1980. And their members were Sam Moore. He lived from 1935 to 2025 because he just died last year. But I guess he lived to be 90. And then David Porter, he lived from 1937 to 1988. He didn't live so long, unfortunately. But that was Sam and Dave. And now I'm just going to go through their hits. They had a fair number of hits. I think they had even more R&B hits than pop hits, but I'm just going to go through their pop hits. So their first one was called You Don't Know Like I Know, and that one went to number 90. And then the following year, 1966, they had Hold On, I'm Coming, which went to number 21. Said I wasn't going to tell nobody, which went to 64. In 1967, they had You Got Me Humming, which went to number 77. When Something Was Wrong with My Baby, which went to 42. Soothe Me, which went to 56. And I think I should mention that Soothe Me, I believe, was the first song featured in the movie The Blues Brothers, which is really, really excellent. If you guys haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. I think it's one of John Landis's best movies, probably that and Animal House. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi were irreplaceable. Anyway, enough of that. And then they followed that up with their biggest hit, a song called Soul Man, which just missed the top spot, went to number 2. That one's coming up quite a bit higher on my list. And then in 1968, they had the song I featured today, I Thank You, which went to number 9. And You Don't Know What You Mean to Me, which went to 45. Um, can't You Find Another Way, which went to 54. And Everybody's Gotta Believe in Somebody, which went to number 73. And then in 1969, they had Soul Sister Brown Sugar, which went to 41, and Born Again, which went to 92. That's not to be confused with You, I'm Born Again by Billy Preston and Rita Wright, which was a top 10 hit in 1979. But anyway, those were the hits for Sam and Dave. Like I said, pretty great soul music duo. Anyway, so I guess that completes my feature on this song. Um, I Thank You by Sam and Dave. So here's a little soul music thank you for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.